What it do, confessors? Happy Mayhem Monday. Yes, it is. Hope y'all had a good Monday and got through it. It is 10/30/2023. Tomorrow is Halloween. Is y'all dressing up? Anywho, come on in. Let's get into this, what we going to do here. Please like this video. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. If you're new, what it do? This video is not for people under the age of 18, so kiddos gotta go. Anybody else can stay and kick it with your girl, and allow me to bring up my co-host who kicks it with me oh so strong, the one and only Miss Dina, aka Christina, the Receipt Queen. How you doing, baby girl? How you doing?
I am here, girl. I'm trying to stay warm.
Well, I know that's right. Well, you know what helps you get a little warm? When you boogie a little bit. Okay. Let's get some feels going on. And you know what also helps? A little drink on the side.
Girl, I ain't even had time.
I'm coming to you tonight with the Stella Toy, my darling.
Yeah, I ain't even have time to stop and get nothing. I'm sipping on good old Pepsi.
You know, this is left over from my party still. My homegirl brought a 12-pack of these. And we basically was just really doing the liquor. So I gave my sister a couple and I kept a couple. This is my first time trying it.
Mm-hmm. It's really good. It's really good. I mean, I don't particularly care for like American beer, like Bud Light, Coors, but you know, all that. Nah. I like my Heinekens. And
I used to up with Steel Reserve, the liquid crack, if you will. Everybody used to look at me like, I think I didn't get a couple of men because of my drinking Steel Reserve.
Yeah,
like I don't
like she fight men.
Steel Reserve. I wasn't a bitch enough, I guess.
Look, they was sitting over in the corner like, she probably fight me and I ain't got get somebody else.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Look, you see him drinking.
I never fought a day in my life.
You see him drinking Old E.
I've never had Old E.
Old 45. Mickey's. Yeah, you probably like, yeah, she fight niggas.
I like Coke 45. That's an old beer that don't get talked about a lot. I had a Coke 45 for the first time. I was like, okay, 45, that's what you do? I'm like, okay.
Coke 45 is pretty decent.
You know what made me get who used to do, me and my sister was chilling and we was high as fuck. And the commercial came on. I don't know who was doing the commercial. It was a cool, smooth black dude doing it.
Billy D. Williams.
Yes, it was. There you go. It was Billy D. Williams. And I was like, you know what? He sold that shit because we was looking at him like, damn, Billy D. So he sold that shit. So me and my sister went and got us a Coke 45 for the first time, but she ain't had one either. Or at least we ain't had one in a while. I don't remember. But we fucked that Coke 45 up. We was like, okay, do what it do. Anyway, we did not come here to talk about me. This is a 2-round session. Oh my God, 2 rounds. I missed 2 rounds. Well, let's get into these 3 rounds of Sons of Anarchy because, y'all, we have come to the end of season 5. Woo, 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 woo. Woo, 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 woo. Season 5 in the books. Yo, we have been doing this for over a year, okay?
Yes.
Over a year. At first, we started off just doing 1 episode a week, and then when we got to season 4, when we got to season 3, at the end of season 3, because we was ready to get out of Belfast.
Right.
We was ready to get out of Belfast so
quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry, yes. So that was it, So we hurried up, got to do that, and then it was like, okay, this is a good speed. And this is how I wanted to do it at this point anyway, because after after season 4 dropped, you know, everything is just going and going and going. I'm like, I can't wait for one episode apiece. I need to keep it going. So here we are at the end of season 5. We got 2 more seasons to go and we done, y'all. Woo, I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm very excited. But we got to get through this first. So, motherfucking Otto, man. Like, Otto just fucked it up for everybody in the club. Just fucked it up for Redwood. Messed it up for Sam Crow. Messed it up for Tara. Completely did Tara dirty. Poor Tara. Poor Tara. And you know, a lot of people give Tara grief for the fact that she tried to leave and escape with the boys. What would you have done? Any mother in their right mind would have done that. Like, what is this? Look, all that she has gone through. This was Tara's, you know, I know we talk a lot of shit about Tara, but this was Tara's worst nightmare.
Right.
He has always flip-flopped, gone back and forth, and we would give Tara grief for this. We would tell her, bitch, pick a side. Bitch, do you want to stay in Charming, or bitch, do you want to go back to wherever the fuck you came from, where Cohen was stalking your ass? And we gave her so much grief, but I see now, because look where this got her, and ultimately looks where it gets her.
Right.
It is, so I don't know. Now, I guess this is when the sympathy sits in for me with Tara, and I feel that I get her, and I feel that I want to excuse everything that's happened from season 1 through 4. You know, because once she actually became, you know, his wife, she was cool. She was a down-ass wife through and through.
Yep.
So
that's what gets you hemmed up.
Yeah, so I think that's why
ride or die and end up dying.
She was a ride or die, she died. Ride or die, die, just died. Was there a thing? It was like there used to be a little trend challenge thing, and it was like, nope, just died. I ain't gonna die. I remember Kai doing it. It was funny. Anyway, but yeah, Tara was a ride or die at the end of it all, even though she was scared, and she was scared of this alone. Look where it got her. Like, how you end up being the one that gets snatched, seeing the Grim Reaper, Mr. Mayhem, basically, before your criminal outlawed husband, who's been the most corrupt one. Mind you, Jax only ain't alive because he decided not to be. Not to be. That wasn't her doing. That was his mama's. And so I just think about that, like, that's really messed up. So, yeah, this is where I start to feel bad for Tara, scared for Tara even.
Yeah, you know? We seen what we'll get to that episode, but in the last,
it's just I just felt for her. I mean, to go to jail, for prison, whatever, for your husband, doing this for the club that y'all both trying to get out of and run away from, and know that it's no good. You know, tell me a time where Jax has really been in this amount of trouble throughout the series. Yeah, he went to jail with the boys and all of that shit, the RICO case, what have you. But murder is something completely different. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So that's where I stand with why I just feel like Tara is just, I feel for her at that point. Oh, and poor little Abel. He sees all of this, you know, and now baby Thomas, who has no idea the life that his parents have and don't bring him in as they have it. It's just a complete war. I don't know. But I want to ask you, when Wendy came in, boasting the chest, because it's the scene when Wendy comes, and when Tara starts thinking about what happens to the kids if something happens to her and Jax. And so she calls up Wendy, and Wendy comes and meets up, and she tells Wendy this whole entire thing. I've never thought about it. This is that, the third. I want you to do this. She goes and allows Wendy to go see Abel and play with them, but she tells her, tell him you're a friend of mine. That's the best I could do for right now.
Right.
Completely against Jack's wishes, of course, because Jax does not know this. So when Jax sees this, he's like, what is this? What is you doing here? Like,
here's the thing. Eventually, the boy gonna want to know where he come from when he don't look nothing like Tara. If they all had lived that long.
Sorry, yeah, true, right? That's facts. Okay. Am I tripping?
He was scratching and hitting the little desk thing. I got my computer on, wanting attention,
but you still don't pay me no attention. And so, Wendy was trying to be chill with it, cool, when Jax came in. He's like, Wendy said it was cool. No, don't be tripping on me. Like, chill the fuck out. Like, I'm just here. I got caught. I came. Of course, if you're going to let me see my son, I'm going to see him.
Right.
And, I don't know why Jax holds so hard on Wendy. After she got clean, why couldn't you give this woman a chance?
Right.
It took Tara to not be on Earth for you to give her a chance?
Well, he couldn't see past that, so.
And that's the problem. That is the thing with Jax. I never liked that about Jax. Once Wendy got clean, I never liked that about that. However, Wendy was a fucking bitch, and she was way out of line, and I don't know what the fuck she thought when she came trying to tell them that she gonna basically go to CPS on them because they unfit, and she about to get so custody of her. Like, bitch,
girl, you lucky. At that point, I wasn't.
Say what?
You lucky you still breathing.
Right. At that point, I wasn't sure if she had a relapse or not, because, bitch, you got to be on some good shit if you came to Jax and Tara on that, knowing what they capable of, knowing how they roll, knowing what he would do. Jax will stop at nothing. Look what the fuck his mama did to you in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And so for her to do that, like I said, maybe she might have been relapsed at that point for real, because you got to be ignorant to think that you was just gonna say that and roll out. Like, and even if Jackson Terry didn't do nothing, Jimmy would have found out. Come on now.
She'd have been raised in hell on all corners of the earth.
Exactly. I'm like, come on, Wendy, come on. But that's so messed up what he did to her, though. See, that's why I didn't want her to do that. Because I knew he was going to do some messed up shit. And look what he did. He put a whole goddamn 8-ball in her arm.
She could have OD'd. Because you know what they say, like, once you, like, go to rehab and stuff, like, you haven't had drugs in so long, your tolerance is real low. So you could have did 28 balls, and then you go to rehab, and 6 months, a year later, you snort a little bit, and boom, you gone, you out of there because your tolerance is low.
Girl, exactly. I wonder how that would have went. Had she OD'd, how that would have went. How could the storyline have went after that? Because had she OD'd, it would have been Tig and Jax that was on the line there. Because
they'd have been like, she just a junkie and she had a relapse because they wouldn't let her see the kids, and they would have went on about their day. Although it would have changed the storyline, because then they wouldn't have killed off Tara, because then who was gonna watch the kids?
True. That part. That's true.
Or they'd have killed off Tara and Gemma would have had the kids, and Lord only knows how that would have turned out.
But that's what I'm saying. Would they had killed off Tara, had
the only other viable person to watch the kids would have been Gemma. You surely wasn't gonna bring Lila back to watch some extra kids. And she was like, look, I was just a hooker with 2 kids. Now she got her kid. No, she had 1 kid. Then now
she had one. Opie had 2.
Right. So now she was a hooker with 1 kid. And then she didn't inherit 2 kids. Now she got 3. And then Tara and Gemma died. Now she got 5. She gonna be doing a whole lot of hoeing. Unless there was a fat ass life insurance policy, and then she gonna be sending them kids off to boarding school, screwing somebody out on the yacht or whatever.
Should have took over Luann's business. Should have took over
Nah, she'd have ran off. She'd have ran off somewhere. She'd have been happy she could finally fuck for free.
Damn. Shit. That's how you feel.
You know what happens when I'm sober? I mean, my filter is just bad.
Well, damn. That's fucked up. Okay. We gonna go with it, though. You like it? I love it. I like it. You love it. So, moving right along to Mr. Motherfucking Clay. Clay Morrow.
And I say this because it's fictional, but you know how we be rooting for people in certain series, like, why is they still here? He is one of them niggas. Like, why is you still here?
Yeah. And that's how I felt at the end of season 5. Like I said, you mean to tell me he survived the finale? How?
Because I really thought when they was doing the little zoom out, and he was in the police transport or whatever with the black guy, I thought the black guy was gonna kill him.
Shank right? Just bow right next to you. I mean, I just could not believe it. I just could not believe it. Really? And then I'm like, okay, how long we gonna have to wait till next season for this man to see Mr. Mayhem? I was just so upset that he survived. It was kind of like me being upset that Stahl survived season 2. I was just like, oh my God, this woman won't go away. She's like a roach.
Right.
And now Clay is like a roach.
Just spraying them with Raid and they drinking it like it's tequila shots.
Yes. Come one, come all. Like party punch. I just can't. So
party punch.
Party punch, yeah. But that was real crazy how, he had trusted you so much at that point. I mean, who else could he trust? He needed somebody to trust. He probably didn't really trust Jules. He was just taking a stab in the dark because what did he have to lose?
Right.
What did he have to lose? He was really
deserves an Oscar. Now, trust and believe, I love Katie Seagal as a person. I like a lot of the stuff that she's in. She's a great actress. But the Oscar for best performance when fucking over your husband, he went out for a few hours and said he had to settle some debts. Or time
he was gonna snatch anybody.
Right. I was like, and I mean, girl, she looked like she was about to cry and this and the third. And then they left and she took some big sigh and looked off to the sunset and shit. I was like, girl, you was a cold piece of work.
Yeah, because that was the exact same way that what you call was looking at her. The police officer Rockman.
Yeah.
He was like, because he knew it was a lie.
Mm-hmm.
He knew it was a lie.
He was
So
like,
he looking at her like, damn, bitch, you good.
You was cold. You was cold.
Cold-hearted bitch, but you good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she works for me. It corroborates the story.
And then Juice couldn't open his mouth to say nothing.
Poor
nothing.
Juice.
All he could do, you'd have thought his boyfriend broke up with him. He just slid down the wall and was crying and shit.
Yes, he was like an R&B video, just
right, like Tyrese. And how you gonna act like that? Just sliding down the wall crying.
He was sad. Like Juice, I feel like Juice took a comfort in knowing that Clay trusted him. No one else in the club did. And Clay knew everything about, he figured it out. He told Clay. Clay knew Clay's shit. Clay knew his shit. And that was the closest bond that Juice had at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
But he had to choose his life basically over it. Because had he not, which will lead to Clay's demise, it would have been his demise. Because it's like he said, if you don't get, like he said, if I don't get it, then what? He's like, shit, what happened to him won't happen to you. So,
and see, that's why I'm glad I ain't in that type of lifestyle, because I ain't trying to say I'm no snitch or nothing. But I like cheese, and I'm just playing. Because I'm sitting up here like, damn, it's either me or them. Like,
girl.
Call me a rat, and I'ma love me some cheese. Cause damn it, if it comes to my life and somebody else's, I'm always betting on me, baby.
Right, that's a clear-cut case of him or me, and you best believe it ain't gonna be me. Ta-da, for real. So it's like it's survival of the fittest, eat or be eaten. You gotta do what you gotta do,
and especially it's like, when it's your own crew, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if here's what the thing is like, if it's like you're the enemy, they gonna kill you if they get you, right? And then it's like, okay, do I withstand the torture and get killed, or I say some slick shit and throw them off or whatever and get killed? You know what I'm saying? But when it's your own crew, it's like, damn, this is, where's my loyalty lie? You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like you going to the feds ratting on your own crew. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, I mean, in between the Jackson Clay situation, now we know that he was being forced into being an informant by the other dude. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But it's just the fact that shit, I forgot the thought I was going with. So with Jax and Clay, with Clay. So even now, with everything that's going on, motherfucking the Galindo cartel still coming to Clay like, yo, you need to take your president out. You take back over the reins and all of this other things. He goes away. Everything is everything. And still, even of all of this, I don't know if he thought that it would save him or it would get back to Jax that he did this or whatever. But he still was against, what's up, Phyllis family?
Hey.
But he still was against letting them do anything to Jax. He still was like, no.
Because that was his heartstrings pulling on him for Gemma. You know what I'm saying? Because we already, we already know
I like that.
Gemma's a cold bitch. Okay, we already know this. Even before we got to the last 3 episodes, Gemma's a cold piece of work. Now, can you imagine? We see what she did to Tara. when she thought she was gonna take Jax and the boys away. We see at the very end what she did to her. Can you imagine if Gemma found out that Clay had something to do with her, with taking away Jax, her only living left son? Can you imagine the bowels of hell she would take Clay through? I think Clay is more scared of what Gemma would do to him if he did something to Jax than any man in the street. The Mayans, the Niners, the Galindos, the Nomads, the Nazis
themselves, shit.
Huh?
Sam Crow themselves, shit.
Right.
You get one of our own, our president, like
I put it like this. Clay more scared of Gemma than he is of Jesus.
Damn. Shit. Jesus
Christ. He'd be like, what? I mean, just think about it. All the dirt that Gemma must know about Clay. You know what I'm saying?
I would like to see that part of the story. When
she started
Clay and Gemma started doing their thing, when JT was going to Belfast to be with Maureen and had that child, like I want to see that part of the story.
When Gemma got with JT and him and Clay was best buddies, she was probably very privy to a lot of dirt that Clay and JT did together, which is how she learned the ropes to be the old lady that she is. Now they done got rid of JT, and now, I mean, just think of all the dirt that she got on him from season 1 to now. We ain't even talking about what went down prior to Jax getting into the club and shit, right? So, I mean, she probably got mountains upon mountains upon mountains of dirt on him. So the ways that she could torture him, you know what I'm saying? And even still, when she tried to come back, and I'm probably sure there was a little tinge in his heart that said, this woman's playing with me. But if she really not, and this is us getting back together, rekindling, blah, 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 whatever, I'm down for it. And so, yeah, I mean, you know, they might have had their fights and everything, but that was personal, husband and wife in between them and whatnot. But I guarantee you, if he'd have messed up one little hair on Jax's head, Gemma would have went fed.
Not by the hair of his chinny chin chin. Girl, you know it. It would have been a problem.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm surprised. I mean, I'll say they was getting with each other on the fight in prison, which I'm sure Gemma heard about. But had he hurt Jax in prison, he would have wished he'd have stayed there. He would have did something to stay there, anywhere where Gemma can't get to him. And she probably would have went and worked with some people she ain't like just to get him taken care of in prison.
Facts.
Facts. For sure.
Speaking of taking care of things in prison, oh, Otto really did a number.
Girl, I couldn't even look. Like,
he did a number.
What kind of sick, demented, you gonna chew off your own tongue?
You chew off your own tongue. The nurse, like,
I mean, it's one thing to do the nurse thing, but my whole thing is you got to have some strength.
You do, to do that to yourself.
I mean, because I've been chewing on some good ass food and then bit my jaw before, and whoo, child, I didn't bit my tongue a little bit too hard. I'd be mad if I burn my tongue on some hot good food. You got to have some strength and sickness in your brain to sit there And what, or I mean, I could understand if he was on the outside and he was hallucinating on some LSD or PCP, angel dust, some weed laced with something. I could have understood it then. But you in prison sober, I mean, they do get drugs in there, so let's not say that.
No, the only way I could have done that if I had that shit that motherfucker had on Hannibal. When he told him to slice his face off, peel his face off. That's the type of shit I'm gonna have to be on. Whatever he snapped.
Bath salts. He had to be on bath salts or something.
Or that zombie drug that's going around.
Yeah, the bath salts.
It's bath salt mixed with something else. What is it?
I don't know, but whatever that, like a few years ago in Miami, they was on them bath salts trying to chew people's faces off and stuff.
Wow, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what he doing.
That's one thing to do it to somebody else. You sat there and chewed your own tongue out your mouth. I mean, like a whole chunk of it fell out. Like, Jesus.
That's why I'm like, why could you do that? How could how can anybody do that? Right. That's just how. I mean, to have you need to sit here. And then he had to keep doing it like this.
Like, did he hit his head on the table? Like, did he hit his head on the table to get some leverage or something? Like,
because when he went down, he went down on that motherfucker. He went down.
Okay. Like I said, you got to have some strength and some drive and determination for that. You need to put all that effort into finding a job. I'm just saying. Woo, child.
Not finding a job.
You need to be out there.
Sorry, Otto. She didn't mean that.
Trustees. That's what they call them in the prisons. The trustees, the one that get to work and being good model citizens and shit. Yeah.
Lord Jesus.
You should have put that effort into something else, honey.
They would have never let Otto do such a thing. Like, he's banned from all of those types of things. They would never.
Well, shit. I'm just saying. I mean, we know he wasn't never getting out, but goddamn, he ready for them to dig to China to put him under the jail. Like, Jesus.
Like, he's ready to meet the Lord. Like, he's been ready to meet the Lord.
With the T on it.
With the Lord. Yes, exactly. Because when he said, look, I'll just move up my date. I don't care. Like,
I'm just like, dude, you could have went and all that. You could have went and picked a fight with somebody. You could have threw yourself off the barbed wires. You could have tried to climb the fence and got shot up. Like, that is just.
He didn't want to get shot up. He could die, but at least he just can't talk no more and eat no more. Like, yeah, how was you about to eat, Otto?
Well, I mean, you don't need your tongue to eat unless you're doing other things, but you need your teeth to chew the food to eat.
I mean, I don't think that would work.
Yeah, I mean, you use your tongue maybe to help get it in your mouth, but I mean, if you stick your fork in front of you, use your teeth to chew.
But okay, you put it in your mouth like this. Okay, so the food gonna drop to the bottom of your mouth. Don't you need your tongue to move?
Well, you still got half of it.
But that's
okay. Look, okay. You ever went and go had some work done on your mouth, right? And sometimes your tongue be numb or whatever. You still be eating,
but your whole tongue is still there.
Yeah, but he bit off the front part of his tongue, not the back. So as long as you can still control the back to open it up so that you can swallow the food, you should be all right.
But would it be harder because toward the back is where the throat is and you can choke?
Yeah, but you got more muscles in the back. Yeah, you got. Look, I'm doing it like. Trying to figure it out.
We don't took this too far.
Yeah. I mean, it's muscles all in through there. But if you think about it, he bit off like that much, and you still got the rest of your tongue that you can control, of course.
Didn't by cutting that off like mess up the nerve? Like, is it even still usable? Like, ain't his tongue paralyzed?
I don't know. In the House of Dragons, the people that went and did all that shit for them the other people's, they cut their tongues out so they couldn't tell nobody. They were still walking around looking fat like they ain't missed a meal.
I guess you're right. Fair. Hey, that's fair.
We'll go with that. Eat after losing your tongue.
Here's what I found.
Okay. So it says on Quora.
Oh my goodness. What does it say?
Hold on. It says technically you can eat without your tongue, but you would have to tilt your head to be able to chew food, and you would have to open your throat and tilt your head to swallow, but it would be extremely difficult.
I knew at least had to be a difficult situation. So shit, you couldn't eat no soup because you choke on the broth trying to tilt your head to swallow.
This one person said, I think it would be a big challenge to eat without using your tongue. It's really hard to consciously not use it. Your tongue pushes food around. Your tongue helps create a vacuum to assist swallowing. Try swallowing with your mouth open and your tongue sticking out. Clearly, they've never. Anyways, okay. Nonetheless, I mean, if you've done the thing, the woo, you would know that you can do that. But it says, nonetheless, people who sort of don't have a tongue still manage to somehow, and they would learn ways to adapt. An example is people who had their tongue barbarically cut off as punishment, but you got to think how much was removed. Probably only the front part to inhibit speech. Those people wouldn't be able to speak, taste, or push food around in their mouth, but they could still swallow at least.
Okay. I mean, so it's possible. It's just difficult. But yeah, I would be miserable because subconsciously if you were born without a tongue or not able to use it, okay. But if you were born being able to use your tongue and you were able to use your tongue to eat before, it is an extremely hard thing to not continue.
Well, here's the thing. Your tongue, I mean, has, several, abilities, right? But it has the taste buds on it. You know what I'm saying? You want to, if you get a piece of popcorn stuck in your tooth, you can, whatever, and it helps your speech. But at the end of the day, if you look at how much tongue he bit off, there's still, like, your tongue is actually, well, some people's is longer than others, but you wouldn't be able to push food around, but you would have to struggle a little bit probably to swallow. But for those of us who do that, one thing, if you can do that with your tongue out, breathe and swallow, then you know what it would be like.
He did about this length. So for me and my tongue, if I had that much, I barely have any left. He bit off more than half of that motherfucker. The way that it was, out and shave.
Oh, it says, somebody was saying without your tongue, your food is tasteless. You would just be eating to eat. That's the one thing that your tongue does. Because if you taste something and it's nasty, then you spit it out. You're like, I don't like this. It's nasty. This don't work for me.
Ain't there taste buds on the roof of your mouth too, though?
I don't know.
I could have sworn there was.
Hey Siri, are there taste buds on the roof of your mouth?
There are tiny taste buds inside your mouth, on your tongue, in your throat, even on the roof of your mouth. This is from NIH.Governor.
So they probably taste something a little bit.
Yeah, sure, I understand.
Yeah, you might be able to taste something. Maybe you wouldn't get the full flavor. Kind of like how when you have a cold and you can taste that it's chicken, but like, especially like say it's your grandma's favorite homemade chicken soup and it's bomb and how it's supposed to taste, but you got a cold or the flu or COVID or whatever, and it only give you half you be like, oh, I just know this is hitting, but I can't taste it all. Something like that, maybe. But like I said, you don't use your tongue to chew, so they might have to tube feeding while it heals up. But after it heals up, then you should be able to eat like normal.
Possibly, yeah, because it gotta heal some way somehow. You're right.
And they've been using that barbaric method way back in the day for, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, where people was lying. And like I said, in House of the Dragon, they cut the people's tongues out and they were still fat. They ain't missed a meal.
Plump them up, keep them plump. That's right. So when when they had church and they had to vote, that's where loyalty really lies. The loyalty really lies in church. And by church, I mean the Sam Crow meetings. So when they had the vote on whether or not to vote Clay out the club, Jax already had two in his pocket no matter what, because Juice and Tig, both, the deals that he made with both of them of keeping them alive was they both cannot go against him, and they say yes to any fucking thing he say at that table. They had no choice but to say yes. And it was so hard for Juice because, again, Clay was the only one that he trusted at that point, that he could confide in at that point, that he felt like he didn't have to have his piece on him at that point. And then Tig had to say yeah because shit. He's the only reason, Jackson's the only reason he is alive walking right now outside of jail. Because remember, Pope wanted him in that mug forever.
Forever and a day.
Forever and a day. And so not only is he out, but he finally got to have his revenge.
But that was crazy though, because even though I hadn't seen it before, I was like, I remember in my mind, I'm like, I remember seeing Tig in some other episodes. I know Jack's not about to really let these folks take him out. And then the plan started to unravel. I was like, oh yeah, now I remember what happened.
Yes. And but Tig thought it was a wrap for him because Jax couldn't let him know nothing.
Right, because he wouldn't have acted right.
He wouldn't,
he would have been overacting. You know what I'm saying? And it wouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the Jax, he need an Oscar too. I'm gonna need the cut.
Man, took the man's cut and everything. Like I know that hurt Tig. Like man,
like Tig that spit on him and everything.
Like, damn, bro, let this man do it after this man did what he did to my daughter, yo. Like, that's how you do me, bro. Like, even though and again, this is when I was finally able to forgive Tig. When he went through this, I'm like, okay, the man has suffered enough. He suffered enough. Like,
I felt bad for him after he walked in on his daughter with her back getting blown out. Like, no parent wants to see that. Just take me to
a black man. And it was a black man.
Take me to the King Jesus.
That is the second time I've heard that phrase today. The first time I said it. I said that phrase today. Take me to the
Well, I'm just saying, man, that I got one son and two girls, and Lord knows I don't ever want to walk in on them. And then you walk in thinking she didn't been kidnapped. She in there tied up, getting her back blown out on consensually.
Ciao.
I'd have had to go sit on somebody's couch.
He did. He was. Cause he was stunned. Dick was stunned. Okay, none the least.
Stunned it. He was stunned it.
He was stunned it.
Right.
Yes, he was. He was doted. Like, oh, okay. So, yeah, that's when Jax threatened him. Like, if you don't do what you need to do, you about to be the one meeting Mr. Reaper. It can happen to you.
I wonder how much it hurt to get that tattoo on his head.
I think, and I believe he kept that on. He never took it off because it was too much. A lot of them kept their tattoos on them during the whole entire series. It's like it was just too much work to keep taking it on and off. We ain't got time for this shit. No.
Yeah, because I've been telling somebody, look, am I going to come back as a ghost or something? Because I need to know if I can take this shit off.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure, like, all the big tattoos, you know, they did that with the body art. But I know that some of them had their real tattoos.
Mm-hmm. Like, I know Happy. Most of all of his was real except the happy faces.
That man is fine.
Ain't he though? Bobby though, he was the only one who could not say yes when they thought that Clay should meet Mr. Reaper, Mr. Mayhem. He felt that if he said yes, that would be Jax being Clay. And I get what he mean by that, but Jax was furious. You gotta let him get his lick back. And that is why after all of that, he was ready to whoop Clay's ass. Like it was much. Now I remember an interview Charlie Hunnam had back in the day, or I think it might have been the interview that they did at the end of the series finale, and they talked about this season. Charlie could not talk or see Ron the whole entire season. He said he wanted to really feel like he didn't like him and hated him, was angry at him. So he stayed away from him the whole entire season. The only time he did talk to him was actually during a scene. He wanted to be that into it and have that hatred toward him like that. And you can definitely see it. Well,
I mean, it's kind of hard to be like buddy kicked up in your little trailer, you know what I'm saying, smoking on cigars, and then go do a scene where y'all can't stand each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Y'all be having to do several takes because y'all be laughing too hard.
Right. And then you get that true grit of emotion. Like, yeah, I really don't like you. I ain't seen you since you didn't come to my kid's birthday party, nigga.
Right. And I think he felt so highly of him and all that. He was like, I have to separate unless I can't do this. And it definitely showed. It definitely did. But he got his ass whooped, and that's what he needed.
You know what we ought to do? Because I know that once upon a time, you know, we've talked about some of the cast members that aren't there. When we do the finale of, or maybe not the finale, maybe the week after the finale of the 7th season, we should do a memorial to all of the fallen castmates.
We can definitely do that. I love it. Yes.
You know, so we just don't want to sit here and talk about y'all. We want to make sure that we give people their props and their flowers, whether they
yes, I was thinking that too, because I stopped going to the book at the end of the hour, so I do want to go through the book at the end of the series and all of that. I want to have like a great farewell, very, very much so. So Jax whooped Clay's ass, and you can see it right here. And poor Gemma looking at him, trying not to be like, "Damn, nigga, like you don't fucked yourself up." But she's
looking at him like she don't want to stab him.
Right, she still got to play the good girl role, sleep with him, make him feel like a king, like Jack said. So she chose trying to do that. At least she was until the end of this season. To do what she had to do, and she did. And so I feel at this point, what you laughing at, Philip's family?
Because we crazy.
So she definitely got her key back, because when Tara got arrested, it was like, okay, let me go and be with my boys, because I know they need me now for sure.
I'm here, baby.
I'm here, baby.
Individual.
I'm here, baby. Like, you disgusting bitch. Like, go home. Go to Narrow. Which she did. She did go to Narrow before she went to Jax, though. And, of course, that was during the time when they finally decided to black out Clay's tattoos. Like, it's a wrap for him. He is done. They voted him out the club, so this is what you gotta do, and this is what he did. Fire and knife. He could have had it cut off, or he could have burned, and that's what tattooed out. That's what he did. So, and I just wanted to make sure, because during this scene, this is when that happened, and this is also when this was happening. But the song that was playing during this scene is my shit. The Whispers by White Buffalo. The Whistler by White Buffalo. This is my motherfucking song. That was playing when this was happening. Like, for real. This is my shit. I have my little playlist, my Sons of Anarchy playlist, that I like to try to listen to before I come on to get in the mood, and this is on it. Like, this is my shit. Like, this is what my first favorite song, like my shit. Anywho, I just want to give a shout out to White Buffalo, because this is my shit. But yeah, so that was going on, and after all is said and done, Jackson's feeling good. He finally got Clay out the club. He didn't get to snatch him, let him meet Mr. Mayhem, but he's happy. He's content. But he comes home to Tara, and Tara got all of this on her mind. They're ready to go. They're just ready to just go. They ain't got nothing holding them back no more. But she don't got these papers drawn up. She got these papers drawn up. Jack sees them on the table. She wasn't even trying to hide it from him. Like, here, see this. This is what I did. This is what I did. And so you could tell right there, she was at that point making her own executive decisions without Jax. And Jax don't play that. So when he saw that shit, he was like, what the fuck, bitch? What the fuck is this? Like, what is you smoking? And she's like, yeah, of course. Like, you think I'm gonna live with your goddamn mama? Like, shit, hell no, not your mama. And so they go through that, and you can tell that Jack wanted to get heady and all into it. But then the doorbell rings. Knock at the door. And it's a detective. And he's like, look, man, I ain't got time for this. He's like, look, I know. But this ain't about you, bruh. This about your wife. He come for Tara. And it was just too much at that point. I said, no, Tara. Like, he has been able to help her keep her out of trouble, keep everybody out of trouble, but he could not do this for her.
Well, and here's the thing, like, of course, here go Gemma being a cold bitch, is send everybody to jail. Gemma send everybody to jail day. Like, dang, girl, you really just, now you know this is gonna mess up her job thing that she got in Oregon. Even if they, this just gonna hem her up, because we know that they ain't finna let Terry be locked up like that or whatever. But it's the crazy thing about it is like, damn, this really what we doing? You just gonna snatch the kid's mama from them?
Yeah, right. This what we on for real. And then it was so hurt because when he was telling her, like, you're under arrest, such as da 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 da, Thomas starts crying. And all she want to do is go get her baby.
Mm-hmm.
All she want to do is go get her baby. She's like, he's crying. Like, what am I supposed to do? What do you expect me to do right now? My baby is crying. Like, what
right?
What
and as hard as she been, with the unaliving of the caregiver, being kidnapped, all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? That she done did. And then here, in this moment, to hear him crying then broke her all the way down.
Like, yes, and the fact that she couldn't go to his aid and be there for him and comfort him and be his mom. Like, you taking the mother away from her offspring. Her offspring needs her. And to know where she is going, for what has happened and how she got here, and this is her worst nightmare. And it's happening. It is happening. This shit is happening to her. And it's just so messed up. I almost broke down. And then here come Miss Little Trollop walking behind. Everything's going on. And here she comes, just there, just has to be. And he sits there with the papers just tore up on the table. Like, damn, you weren't that concerned, because she's sitting out there in the car. The car ain't even pulled off yet.
And
you don't already ripped up these papers.
And not only that, I mean, he ain't out there with the kids beating on the car, crying and hollering and acting a fool. And then he just like, oh, well.
Yep, because he's so mad at her for what she did. He wouldn't even be there for her. Like, she said, call Lowen. Nigga, did you call Lowen? Did you even call her at that moment?
No, you called. You might as well have been sitting there sucking on a pacifier because you called your mama, or she was waiting around the corner for it to happen. Whatever the case was,
it's just so messed up and unfortunate. But he was like, yes, conspiracy to commit murder. Like, Otto fucked her over. Like, he did her in good.
Yeah, but she was cleared of the charges until whatever. Remember, the lawyer said everything is a misdemeanor, won't have no bearing on your job, blah blah blah, whatever. And she would have been out of there if Gemma wouldn't have been a bitch.
Gemma's a bitch. Gemma is a bitch. Gemma's a cold-hearted bitch. She's a cold-hearted snake. Oh, look into her eyes. She's been telling lies. Yes, she is. She is just terrible. Like, for real. Whoa. Like, Lero, like, you would think the bitch is getting good dick again. She wouldn't be such a bitch. Like, Lero, I'm looking at you side-eye. Because obviously you ain't doing your job enough.
Is your dick that trash that you can't keep Gemma from being a bitch?
Like, that's a disappointment. Big, huge. I just feel
that's the best sound effect ever for this moment.
It's just horrible. It's just like she was really on one. Gemma be out here on some shit. For real. Some good shit. Like, you just ain't got nothing else better to do but fuck with other people's lives. And you feel like you have a right because this is your offspring. But look what the fuck you are. Look who the fuck you are. Look what the fuck you have done. Look what you do. And you all want to say that's in the name of your family? No. That's just like making it okay for a soldier to kill somebody because he's doing it in the name of war because your government said so in delivery under justice with liberty and justice for all. Fuck off. Fuck off. See, the lover really plays. She don't play by rules. None of them play by the rules. That's the problem. These bitches don't play with rules. So at the end of it all, so now Clay is in jail. Pope is dead. Juice and Gemma did what they had to do for Jax. Gemma got her key back and the family that went along with it, minus Tara, who she needed that certainty from. Clay is on his way to jail. Who's been framed for Pope's murder with the help of Juice and Tara, because if they didn't, it would be a wrap for them under the watchful eye of Jax. Poor Tara, poor Tara, poor Tara. Oh my goodness, poor Tara. It's not about to be a good one for her come this season. And I believe the beginning, oh my goodness, if I believe correctly, the season 6 premiere, the opening is a lot. If I remember correctly, in the opening, Otto is getting fudged by another prisoner. If I remember correctly. Because I remember like, damn, Sutter, this how you starting it off? Really?
Man, I won't go down the rabbit hole of whatever type of drugs it is that he or the rest of the writers is on, because they own some good shit. And I'm just going to continue to say that, nope, don't want you to share. Don't send me any free samples. I don't want it.
Okay. Yeah, so that is in a nutshell where we are with everything. We're going into season 6. Oh my God. We are almost done. Two more seasons. Oh. Whoop, 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 whoop. So that means we should be done by March. Yeah, we should be done by March, I believe.
Well, wait, we going into November. I guess, well, yeah, there's holidays.
Yeah, February, March.
Yeah.
We gonna do what it do. We gonna do what it do. We gonna do what it do. I mean, it's fun to not play by the rules sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But yes, so that will do it for Season 5, episode 11, 12, and 13 finale in the books. Clay is in jail, but he is still alive. And I was so upset he was still alive. So upset, but I was happy that Gemma went back to Nero and he can be with her, because I thought that would help her be a better woman, but obviously not. You know, so here we go, y'all. Season 6. Ooh, Lord. Season 6. Oh, it's about to be getting wilder.
It's about to get wild.
Yeah, wow. So, y'all know that we will be back tomorrow, Tuesday night, for Zeus for Baddies.
Yeah, and we 3 episodes behind.
The last 3
episodes. Technically 2 episodes behind, because this Sunday there was a new episode. So we gonna get it together, y'all. Well, I'm the one to blame, because I was at work one week and on vacation the next week. But I'm here now. I'm back this week. So
we back. We gonna get to it and get through it. So it's gonna be all good. And we're going to get through it. So make sure y'all join us tomorrow night on Dina's channel, The Receipt Queen. Make sure y'all is following her and got the notification bells on. Make sure y'all is following us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat. If you on Snapchat, I ain't. Are you on Twitch?
Yes.
Twitch, follow it, Twitter, all that good stuff. Follow us so you can stay updated in case YouTube be playing and they don't be giving you no notification bells, because I know they be giving my notification bells to my people the next morning after I have gone live the night before. Thank you,
right.
You're such a great person.
They did that the other day because I got a notification and I text Kamisha. I'm like, dang, you up posting early. And then it was it was from the night before.
See, I don't play that. I don't like that. What did she say? You ladies have spoken about this person before, about some other gory shit he did in SOA. I don't know who you're talking about. Anyway, all of it is gory. It don't even matter. So we will see y'all tomorrow night at 10/9 Central on Dina's channel. So make sure y'all is there. We'll be going over the last 3 episodes. Okay. Now I know I am way overdue for a variety show. And I'm not about to sit here and promise y'all one, because I haven't and I ain't gave y'all one yet. So y'all just gonna get one when I pop up one day. But I'll let y'all know a little bit ahead of time when I do it. But I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna try to do it. What else is going on? If you have not checked out the interview I did with the cast of San Diego Baddies last Monday, oh my goodness, these bitches are a crazy bunch, and I can't wait for the show to start. So go ahead and watch that and get acquainted with the girls and all of that good stuff. Yeah, Dina, did you do a video on your vacation?
Oh, I posted like everywhere except for YouTube.
Oh, okay. And if you want to see Dina's vacation that we were talking about, that I'm so jealous about, you can go to IG and see some things that she posted on that as well. And this is always
I posted on IG, Facebook, and TikTok.
Word. Okay. And all of that good stuff. And you know that this is the Kamisha Reviews crew. That's who we rock with. Thank y'all for watching. It's been a ball tonight. Keep it classy, and you know what it is. We out this nasty thing.